Let's talk about multiplying powers that have the same base. So question number 1 on your notes, we have x squared times x cubed. These are two powers that have the same base x being multiplied together. Well, think about what x squared is. That's just x times x, and that's being multiplied by x cubed, which is x times x times x. So all we have are 5x's multiplied together, and we know that x times x times x times x times x, that's just x to the fifth power. So what you'll notice is I took the original exponents from the original two powers being multiplied together, and I actually add them to get 5. Let's look at a problem over here that actually has some coefficients. So 5 is a coefficient and -3 is a coefficient. Remember, those are just numbers being multiplied by variables. So we have 5x squared y. Well, if I were to expand this, this would be 5 times x times y times -3 times x, and then y to the fourth is y being multiplied 4 times together. Now, the nice thing about multiplication is that you can do it in any order that you want. Everything here is being multiplied. There's no other operation going on. So I can really reorganize this. Maybe I'll put my coefficients first. So 5 times -3. And then my x's will go next. So I have x times x for these two here. And then times another x for this one over here. Times y for this y. And then I have 4 y's over here. So times y, y, and y. So here we can see 5 times -3 is -15. X times x times x, that's going to be x cubed. And y times y times y times y times y will be y to the fifth power. And if we look back at the original problem, all we did was take 5 times -3 to get -15. Then we had x squared times x, which is just x to the first power. Powers of the same base of x. So I take the 2 plus the 1, and 2 plus 1 is 3. And then y to the first power times y to the fourth power. They have the same base. So I can add 1 and 4, and I get y to the fifth power. The same answer that we got down here. Try one more. This, again, is just multiplication, but we have parentheses here. So really, this is just -2m cubed n to the fourth times 6m squared n to the fifth. Let's use what we just found, which is taking our two coefficients, -2 times 6, multiply those together to get -12. Then we have m cubed here times m squared. They have the same base, so I'm going to take the 3 plus the 2, and we would get m to the fifth power. If we weren't sure about that, remember, you could always say this is m times m times m times m times m, and you have 5 m's multiplied together. Then we have n to the fourth and n to the fifth. So since they have the same base in that power, we would add 4 plus 5, and we would have n to the ninth power. But again, remember, you can always expand it and write out your 4 n's here and your 5 n's over here, and then combine those.